Alright, hello everyone and welcome to today's Gems of War video. This video I have for you my scouting report for Leonis Empire Week, beginning on April 22nd, 2024. Leonis Empire is right there in the southwest corner of the map. You can't possibly miss it. Don't take that as a challenge. You can't possibly miss Leonis Empire in the southwest corner of the map. Okay, the tribute base values, as I mentioned, it is tied with Dragon's Claw for 7th place in glory as far as its base values. As far as gold and souls, Leonis Empire gets twice as much gold as Dragon's Claw. Sword's Edge gets twice as many souls as Leonis Empire. So factor that in if you want to make one of those your home kingdom. As far as the rest of the values for Leonis Empire goes, it is a water kingdom with a bonus of armor. So that's about as good as it gets really for water kingdoms right now. But worth considering, two factors worth considering if you're thinking about going for level 20. One is that Leonis Empire does have a faction that may not be your top choice, maybe not one of your, it may be your last choice as far as taking it all the way to pure faction 500. If you know why, you know. If not, I'll tell you later. But consider that if you aren't taking City of Thieves to pure faction 500, then the bonuses for level 17 and level 19 will not factor in. And the Kingdom Team bonus for level 18 is probably not going to factor into a lot of your plans either. So you won't get as many incremental bonuses going up to level 20 unless you are going for Pure Faction 500 in the City of Thieves. So other than that, yes, power level 30 is possible for Leonis Empire already. So everything that we add this week is just going to make it that much easier to get to power 30 if you haven't gotten there already. The Arcane Trait Stone for Leonis Empire is the Arcane Blade Trait Stone. It is also available in Sword's Edge, so while you won't be able to get in Leonis Empire through Explore during Leonis Empire Week, you'll still be able to get it in Sword's Edge. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the Core 4 and 4 more lists. So the Core 4 list, as usual, is going to be the troops that you use in the Epic Trials and the regular trials if you haven't gotten that far. The Pride Guard is an epic Rashka Knight. It deals damage to an enemy boosted by all ally armor. That's all of the armor for these 4 troops. And then it reduces damage from skulls by 25%, which is good, but it's a little bit low compared to some of the other troops we've seen recently. Emperor Corvash, some people may be surprised to see that I had him in 2nd position, considering that he gains 3 to all skills if he is in the 1st position. And the reason I did that is because his spell is just so valuable that I don't want to risk him being the first one out my lineup. So if I'm going to lose someone, I'd rather lose Pride Guard. So Emperor Corvash, part human, part monster, stuns a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches, and the spell does true damage to the first 2 enemies, stuns them, and drains their mana. So this can shortcut a lot of time necessary to get this done. Now, Amira is also important to work alongside Emperor Corvash. Amira does true damage to a single enemy, steals 2 of their magic. If the enemy uses blue mana, you'll double the damage. So you're going to be using Emperor Corvash and Amira kind of combined to try to get people out on the other side. Amira cannot be targeted by spells unless she's the only one left, so that helps her out. She is Wargear / Rogue, so you can see that there's not a lot of of synergy in any of it. In fact, there is no synergy to speak of. Um, and we've got the Falconeer. The Falconeer has Firelink, which is going to help Amira. Will also help Pride Guard if Pride Guard is still on the team. Um, uh, Falconeer starts spells with 50% mana, which is going to help her out because she's at the bottom of the team. She will get a penalty. Pride Guard and Falconeer do get penalized from the banner since the banner subtracts green. But Falconeer does have yellow pretty much unrestricted. And then Falconeer Hunter marks an enemy, summons a Warhawk, which is a base level common, and creates 7 red gems, which can help out quite a bit, I suppose. So yeah, I think what I typically did was if I remember correctly, I pretty much just charged up Pride Guard and just let him sit on top and just take the punishment, and then I just tried to use Emperor Corvash and Amira back and forth until everyone was dead. If Pride Guard went down, I used Falconeer to summon a Warhawk to the first position, and then just lather, rinse, repeat. It's been a while, but I don't think this was particularly hard with this particular lineup. So hopefully this will be easy for you too. Okay, so my 4 more list, I have Tigraki Warrior to start off with. This is a base level rare, so you can get this troop from the gold chests. You don't have to worry about going into event chests for this one. Reason I put this on top of the list is if you like doing the bounty hunter event, this is a very good troop to have because it reduces damage from skulls by 25%, but he also deals true damage to an enemy boosted by their armor. So if you can get this charged up and fired off while your enemies are still relatively undamaged, you can get a lot of true damage done in a short amount of time. So yeah, this is one of the troops that I see frequently in bounty hunter teams. It's one that I used a lot when I took bounty hunter events seriously. So hopefully it'll work for you. So this one might be a surprise to some people. The Manticore Protector. Manticore Protector gains 3 to all skills if in first position, reduces damage from skulls by 40%, and is a God Slayer. And as a God Slayer, does damage to an enemy if they're a boss, does 3 to 4 damage, and then drains 2 mana from all enemies. There are 2 God Slayers in Leonis Empire right now, and since there is going to be a raid boss event in this particular week, we can expect that to go up to 3. But if you're wondering which one it makes the most sense to pair with the raid for the next God Slayer that I see coming down the pipe, I think it would be this one. But certainly you could go with the other one if you want. We show you which one it is. He is over here somewhere. There he is. Wazir is the other God Slayer. He does the boost that you get from Wazir compared to the other one is that his damage is boosted by your gold at a 3-to-1 ratio, so he can do potentially more damage if later on. Whereas they'll do about the same. Whereas they'll do the same right off the bat. So pick one or the other. My guess is that Manticore Protector is going to give you more synergy. But speaking of synergy, we have Divine Ishbala. And Divine Ishbala, we can just go straight to that third trait. All divine allies start with 40% mana. Why 40% mana? I don't know. All the other start with mana is 50%. This is the only one that I know of that's 40%. If I had the ability to trade 2 troops from one kingdom to another. In a heartbeat, I would trade Divine Ishbala to Whitehelm for Holy Saint Astra, because Divine Ishbala would be awesome troop in Whitehelm, and Holy Saint Astra would be an awesome troop in Leonis Empire. They're both awesome troops anyway, but that would make them even better in my opinion. She transforms red gems to skulls and green gems to yellow, enchants 2 random allies. This is going to end things quickly, more often than not. And I like having spells where you know what is going to get turned into skulls and what things not. So basically, any time that changing red gems to skulls gives you 4 in a row, you use her. Any time that changing green gems to yellow gives you an extra turn, you use her. Base level legendary, same as Emperor Corvash. So if you don't have her, vent chests probably. So now we go to the mythics, and to be honest, I'm really not feeling very many. I'm not feeling any of these mythics in Leonis Empire. To be fair, Leonis Tower is at least somewhat cheap. Let's see if I can pull up the recipe for that, because the good thing about the Leonis Empire or this tower, Leonis Tower, is it's always available, always sitting right there. All you need is 250 legendary ingots, which you probably have stacked to the ceiling, 50,000 souls, which is hardly anything, and whatever that tarot card is. But yeah, the Leonis Tower is actually decent. You can basically just put it at the front of your lineup and just basically try to absorb damage. It does damage to the first 2 enemies, stuns them, and gains barrier, which is kind of nice. Stuns a random enemy when matching yellow gems, which is kind of nice. But if that one didn't count, then easily Flame of Anu would be my next choice. Does damage to the first 2 enemies boosted by burning and fairy fire. Also burns and fairy fire random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. Overall, decent troop. I just feel like it's not as worth it, particularly if I could get the Leonis Tower on the cheap. Now is okay, I guess. Voice of Orpheus. I'm perfectly fine not having Voice of Orpheus. Now, as far as the weapons go, there are right now 15 weapons available. The best weapon that I think that's available for Leonis Empire, and it's not even close, is the Orpheus's Verse. This does damage to an enemy boosted by human allies, creates a mix of 6 blue and yellow gems for each human ally. Enchants itself, you know I like that upgrade whenever it shows up. Bless myself, also good. Give all yellow allies 2 mana. You probably have a few of them since it's going to make yellow mana. Overall, if you don't have this weapon, make sure you craft it in the Soul Forge before Leonis Empire Week is over. Trust me on this one. This is the best one in Leonis Empire, by far. But if you want to know what the other good weapons are, you've got the Chris Hook, which does damage to an enemy boosted by Leonis Empire allies. Yellow and brown gems for each Leonis Empire ally. Upgrades are not nearly as impressive, but if you just need something that's going to give you synergy with Leonis Empire, this is probably going to be it. It might help you, depending on. I haven't seen what the weapon is that's coming with the raid boss, but this could help with the raid boss if the weapon that we're getting is less than stellar. So keep that one in mind. The King's Dagger, also very good. Explodes blue gems, grant random status effect for all rogue allies and summons a rogue troop. What this is doing here in a human uh, kingdom, I don't know. Although Leonis Empire is very diverse, so I guess. But I feel like this weapon should be somewhere else, not here. Because this doesn't really do much for me within PvP. Whereas some of the other ones similar to this would help more. But I guess in PvP, if I had to, I could just. Anyway, the faction weapon is the Night Dagger over here. Does damage to the last enemy if the enemy uses yellow, deals triple damage, conjures a dark storm. Good. Okay, I guess upgrades. This is not an absolute necessity as far as faction weapons go. Better than the last one, but unless you're out. But if you aren't doing this faction, then you do not have to go and get this weapon. So, anyway, I digress. Don't absolutely optional. This thing is absolutely optional too. Drain up to 12 mana from an enemy. Deal damage. Create gems of that troop's mana color equal to the mana drained. Cleanses itself, which I guess is kind of nice. Barriers itself, which is kind of nice. Yes, you're gonna get this anyway because this is the weapon you get for doing 250 wins with the War Priest class, but it's nothing special. What do you gotta use your mythic ingots? You probably got thousands of. If not, you will have thousands. The only doomed weapon in Leonis Empire is the Doomed Promise. It's the one that boosts your magic to the ceiling. It's probably better than I thought when I did the Tower of Doom event when this was given. So I might temper this at some day. Probably not going to happen right away because we've just had the previous Tower of Doom event and all of my yellow tempering scrolls would have gone to that instead of this. Even then, I know that there's another doomed weapon in my inventory that ranks higher than this one. The upgrades are fine, I guess, but overall, it's not as bad as some people think it is. It does have some niche uses. It's not as good as the pole arm that we got last week, but it is still okay. Okay, well, but now we're gonna talk about the War Priest. War Priest class. Wrath of Anu has a 50% chance to stun a random enemy at the start of my turn. Reduces damage from skulls by 40%. And it doesn't get any better than that, fortunately. War Priest is just a very meh class, in my opinion. Oh, you want to be a human? Be a Plague Lord instead of a War Priest. Honestly, I hate this class. This class is usually one in my teams where I just want to train it out and get it to level 100 so that I can get Leonis Empire to power 20. But yeah, other than that, this is a very, very skippable class in my opinion. So, well, moving on to the pets. The Manta Cub is the kingdom pet for Leonis Empire, so you get the regular kind, you get the starry kind. Your team bonus, well, there's only one team bonus pet for Leonis Empire, and it's the Terracore, which gives you a team bonus for fairies and Summer Isle in PvP. Then we got to talk about this thing. This gives you treasure hunt turn. And this is the pet of all pets that really grind my gears because it says increase this bonus at levels 5, 10, 15, and 20. take a look at when the bonuses actually increase. Right. Level 5 is the same as level 1, and level 15 is the same as level 10. So this only increases twice. It increases once at level 10 and then again at level 20. But aside from that, if you're late enough in the game that you are getting a pet all the way to level 20, you've probably already outgrown the treasure hunt. So, yeah, this might as well be a cosmetic pet. But now I'm all done. I'm all done complaining about that. Let's go to the City of Thieves. City of Thieves is kind of near the southwest corner of the map. It is a little bit further east than the Depths of Sin. I have started to level this thing to increase the faction renown for this, but keep in mind that I am crazy and I got some really bad advice early on. But I said to do this one first. So I started doing this one. It was after that they said, "Oh no, don't level this kingdom up ever, or don't level this faction up ever." And that is because we pull up the map. So basically, a lot of these rooms around this center right here, at least these 5 right here, there's a high chance of getting treasure rooms for each of these. Like there's a treasure room right there. That one's not a treasure room this time. This one is. And this one's not. And this one is. So this run right now has 3 treasure rooms. We have a water spirit one right there. We have agile right there. And we got bonus gold right there. And the good thing, and this can be great when you're trying to get a lot of resources. And if you want to get your resources on the quick, you want to leave this one at level 20. So instead of doing what I just did and selecting the next one up, let's see what else isn't it? I don't know. You're just got to do level 20 over and over and over again rather than ever selecting level 30. So this is what it should look like. You're going to select level 20, and then the next time you do it, you select level 20 again, and then again, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So, the reason I bring that up is that even though City of Thieves, yes, it's a purple-blue restriction, you can easily get that. You can easily handle purple-blue. At least I can. Keep in mind that if you do faction assault and you go up to something like level 80 or level 90, that is going to bring this up to level 80 or level 90 with it. So, City of Thieves, very valuable grinding faction. If you decide to level it up, do so at your own peril. And if you want to know what I do, well, you can kind of get a sense of what I'm doing right here. I'm leaving Nightmare Circus at level 20 right now. We've already had 2 faction assaults for Nightmare Circus, and I ignored both of them. Reason why is because Nightmare Circus does not need to boost Midnight's power levels anytime soon. Midnight is not going to get anywhere close to where Nightmare Circus is going to be necessary for a very, very, very long time. Maybe not ever, depending on how long this game takes to go. But anyway, that is it. Raid boss event is going to be a kingdom restriction event as normal, so just be aware of that. I know I've said everything I have to say about the stupid war priest thing, but there is a possibility of using a lot of knights, possibly if everything in Tron's world can be believed. But for now, If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like. Consider subscribing to this channel and or following me on Twitch if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my content. In the comments below, let me know if I am absolutely insane for grinding the City of Thieves faction and trying to get it to pure faction 500, and I'll see you in the next video.